Hi, just going to give you a video to describe the VWAP MTF indicator for TradeStation. This is an indicator that allows you to put multiple time frames of different VWAPs on the same chart. You can put daily, weekly, monthly, and there's also support for an anchored VWAP. And all those are configurable with colors and showing the slope and showing expected movement bands, and we'll talk about that in a minute. Just wanted to let you know my email. If you have any questions, suggestions, comments, please contact me here. And here's the legal info. I would urge you to pause the video and read through this completely. Basically, we're saying everything we do is for educational purposes only. We're not giving any advice to buy or sell anything. Everything you do, you're fully and solely responsible for, so we suggest that you get the help of the appropriate financial professionals before making any trading or investing decisions. Again, this is for educational purposes only, and you're solely responsible for all your financial decisions. Okay, I've got a 15-minute chart of Apple pulled up, and this is what the indicator looks like when it's applied to a chart with all the default settings. You can see the various VWAPs here. Since this is on a 15-minute, the daily, weekly, and monthly will show up. Let's see, you can see just got the colors here. You can see VWAP D is the cyan color, that's the daily VWAP. VWAP W is the weekly VWAP, and that's in the gray color. And the monthly, which is VWAP M, is in the yellow color, and you can change those colors with the inputs. So let's see, I'll go ahead and, so like I say, this is just what it looks like on the default settings. Say, for example, you just want to show the daily VWAP. You can come in here, we'll say format. So you can see the daily is set to true, the weekly is set to true, so we can turn that to false. And then the monthly is set to true, so we'll set that to false. So we'll say OK. And so now you just have the daily VWAP shown on the chart. If you want to, let's see, we can do a couple things here just to. If you want to have the slope, this basically shows if the line is moving up, it's going to use this color, and if the line is sloping down, it's going to use this color. So if we turn on, we'll set this to true, and that will show us the slope. So we'll say OK. So now you can see, when it's up, it's blue, down, it's red. So up and then starts over on the day. So we get the down. So, just a useful indicator just to kind of, or color change for the indicator just to kind of let you know, what's happening with the VWAP. And say we want to look at the kind of the first expected movement band. This kind of is kind of a simplification of the first standard deviation. So we can set this to true, and that will show us kind of the expected range. So you can see these these lines get thrown in as well for the range, and since this is a daily, this kind of starts over each day. And you can put a second, essentially a second standard deviation on here, and you can do that for all the different VWAPs. You can show the bands, you can set the slope, and let's see, this is on a 15-minute, so let me go to a daily chart. So if we go to daily, see. So now, since it's on a daily, the daily VWAP part of the indicator isn't shown. It really doesn't make sense to show it for the day, since that's just calculated, for each one of these bars. So what you'll need to do, if you want to see the VWAPs, really the weekly applies to the daily time frame, since that's basically calculated for the week, and then the monthly, is calculated. Starts over on each month, so that would certainly apply. So we can set those to true, and so now you can see where the different VWAPs are going. Remember, the weekly is shown in gray. Of course, you can change that color, and the monthly is shown in yellow, and you can change that color. And let's see, I'll show you. Also, there's a anchored VWAP that allows you to basically start a VWAP from a particular date. And there's, I guess, all sorts of ideas on what that could be. Maybe after earnings, or on a significant low, or a significant high, to see what's going on. So I don't know. we'll just pick one out here. Let's see, we'll say that's a significant point for some reason, just for example. So on March 8th, so what we're going to do is we're going to come in here, we'll say format, and we'll turn the weekly off, we'll turn the monthly off, and now what we'll do is come in here and set the date. So this is the anchored VWAP. You need the day, so we said, you know, it was March 8th. March is the 3rd month, and we're in 2019. So we say OK. And so now you can see we have a VWAP that starts on this particular date here. And again, you could set the slope. You could, it has the basically the first expected movement range band and the second band. You could show those as well. Let's see, I guess I'll just go turn those on just so you can see what that looks like. Let's see, we'll set the first movement band true. Okay, so now you can see the expected range based on the VWAP. And let's see, and that's basically the anchored one. So let me see. I think that pretty much does it for probably most of the things on the chart. There's also on the in the App Store, on the page that you download this from, there's a supporting document PDF that you can look. It has basically a good detailed explanation of all the inputs, and how you set them, some uses for the indicator, a few examples in there. So that's another good source to look at for information as well. And you can use this in the scanner. So let me show you how that looks as well. Okay, I've got the indicator applied in the scanner, and this is going to look for stocks whose current price is greater than the monthly VWAP. And basically, let's see, I'll show you. This is the indicator brought into a scan, and this is just all the default settings. And so for monthly, you'll want to look. There's a lot of things in here, but basically these count variables are the ones that you would want to look at in the scanner. So we'll say monthly count, and what this is saying is the number of bars that are greater than the monthly VWAP. So I've just set it to greater than 0. So anything that's currently above the monthly VWAP will have a count greater than 0. So we run that. Let me see here. Okay, I just ran that scan on, I think, the S&P 500 stocks and like the NASDAQ 100, and you can see, well, I think I sorted it, but basically it would show up in alphabetical order based on the symbol. So what you can do is you can come over here and sort this. So if it's 1, that means that it was 1 bar, and since this is a daily, set on the daily time frame, this would be 1 day above the monthly VWAP. So these symbols have just poked above the monthly VWAP, and then this is 2 days above, or 2 bars, and since it's on the daily, 2 days, 3 days, and you can see how many bars are currently above the monthly VWAP. So you can use that scan if you want to find things maybe that are starting to go a certain direction, above or below the monthly VWAP. In this case, obviously you could do the weekly. The daily would have to be applied to a sub day time frame. So if you wanted to run a scan on a 15, 30 minute or whatever minute bar chart you wanted to, you could do that. And that's I think that's pretty much it as far as what this indicator does. So if you got, like I say, if you got any questions or comments, the email was at the start of this video, so you could go back to that and try it out. There's I think a 10-day free trial period, so load it up, see if it's useful for you. And like I say, if you got any questions or comments, send me an email, and I'll try to see what I can do. So thanks for watching.